So today I have to go down the hill to Menifee for an appraiser appointment on one of our properties. So you are coming along with me to show you what exactly the Cajon Pass and Interstate 15 is all about. Now, mind you, keep in mind that today is Saturday. It is 9:27, so it is a lot different than your Monday through Friday traffic at this time. But I'm just going to take you with us and we'll see what it's about today. All right, let's go. So we are traveling west on Rock Springs Road, heading towards Main Street. Now we could either go right to take Main Street to I-15, or we could go left to take it to Ranchero, or even Highway 173. So now Maps is telling me to go to Main Street, but I am going to go to Ranchero because Ranchero has less lights. So we will see what the difference is right now. So per Maps, it is going to actually save me 2 minutes by going to Ranchero instead of Main Street to the I-15. Now, I do sometimes even take Highway 173 because, you know, we do live in the Marianas in Apple Valley, so we are on the south end of Apple Valley. And sometimes taking Highway 173 is just a few minutes longer, but there are less stops and less traffic because not a whole lot of people, you know, live out this way. You could also take Ranchero to Summit Valley Road. Summit Valley Road is just a 2-lane, so it is double yellow most of the time. Not lately, but there has been certain times of travel where people are super impatient and they will pass on the double yellow. There's been multiple fatalities and many accidents because of that. So I don't always like traveling on Summit, so I'll take a few extra minutes and just go to 173. So right now we are on Lake Arrowhead Road. Lake Arrowhead Road is what we take to get to Ranchero. This is also the way to Hesperia Lakes and the Silverwood and all that. Crestline, all that good stuff. You could go this way. But we are going to take Ranchero. So now we are in Hesperia versus Apple Valley. Like, the one street as soon as we cross basically like the riverbed on Rock Springs Road is where we became Apple Valley to Hesperia. A lot of people do know Ranchero Road because Ranchero Road is where the new Silverwood community is being built. Just actually right up here to the left, you'll see the new Silverwood community. I love it. It is so exciting. I actually just posted a video about it, so be sure to go check that out. There are many updates, and that is the most recent one for June of 2025. This is technically known as the Mesa in Hesperia. So if you ever people say, oh, I live on the Mesa, yes, it does cover a wide range, but this is technically the Mesa. I'll be able to show you guys the maps here. So it's pretty exciting to see, you know, the community thrive. I've been here since I was 2 years old, so I've definitely seen the growth in this community. While we have always gotten new builds, like the new construction communities, we were lacking businesses, and now we are getting businesses, so it's super exciting to see. I know a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with the growth, but in all reality, like if I could save from going down the I-15 freeway, I would love to do that. Just because the traffic has gotten crazy considering the local affordability up here versus down the hill. So this is where the new Silverwood community is there. You would go left. It is super awesome. I am excited for this community. I'm very, very excited. So we just passed Ranchero Middle School. Now the cool thing about the Silverwood community is they are putting their own schools in there. Now it is still up to the Hesperia Unified School District to decide when and like what the schools are going to be. I think there's like 5 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school. So that is super amazing, and they have already designated the areas for them, and they will even include like sports fields and stuff. So be on the lookout for that community and all of the future updates. Farmdale, this is Farmdale. This is how you get to Crystal Elementary School. There is also the Ranchero Estates that are selling over there. And eventually that will be an entrance to the Silverwood community. This is a beautiful area. There are so many nice homes over here to the left. These are all newer tract style homes, but you still get the larger lots. So that's what a lot of people find desirable about this area. Danbury and Ranchero. So this is the famous wash. This used to get lots of water. I don't know why it doesn't anymore, but I do remember one year of them getting lots of water. You know, there's a lot of houses down there now, so it's pretty interesting. Oh no, that's like the second hawk I've seen. What the heck? I feel like somebody's shooting them. That's not good. Ranchero and Santa Fe Avenue. This is the way you would take to the 138. We are not going to take that way. I'm just going to chance it and go to Ranchero. The I-15 freeway usually isn't bad today, as it normally is Monday through Friday, so that's why a lot of people take the 138, because it does cut some of the time off. Although that can get super backed up. I know just at the stop sign at the 138 in Santa Fe can take a good, 10 minutes. So, 7th Street, this has grown significantly. As you can see, there are so many little gas stations now. Because I remember when it was just a stop sign and now it's a stoplight. I remember when you actually had to go all the way around. That road under the bridge didn't always exist. There was not gas stations over here. Now there's 2 gas stations, as well as a 6 Beans coffee, and even they have food trucks and stuff that post up in the parking lots. But it's super, super interesting just to see the growth in this community. Super excited. So one thing about this road, Ranchero, so as we all know, it used to be, just 1 lane each way, but now they have made it into 4 lanes most of the way. The only reason why it's now going down to 1 lane is because the aqueduct, they were going to make the aqueduct 4 lanes, but I'm not sure exactly what happened, but they actually stopped that construction and pulled out. So something must have, been super wrong with it. But the Silverwood community is the one who kind of had to do this. The builders and the developers, not the builders, sorry. The developers had to do it because of the Silverwood community becoming so big. We're going to have 15,000 residents within the next 15 to 20 years, and they are worried about the roads not being able to hold up, so they had to make it 4 lanes. spot that I've only seen the one lane, so it's pretty interesting. I'm sure it costs a lot of money because it's 5 miles, like from 7th Street back there, that it's 5.5 miles from there. I can only imagine. It costs millions. Another growing area is over here. So this is Maple and Ranchero. They are building some Lennar new homes, the Desert Star community. So be sure to be on the lookout for that, because I will be definitely doing some home tours of them and seeing what they are offering for their communities. I know Lennar is also in the Silverwood community, but the Silverwood community does have a small HOA fee. Right now it is $157, but it does come with fiber optic internet, which is great because I know our internet bill is over $100. So technically your HOA bill is, $50, so it's not that bad at all. That is actually something I'm going to ask them as the amenities get more and more. Is the HOA going to go up? Because we all know the HOAs can go up every year. So I'm wondering if they have like a max amount or something. Or I guess it would be hard to do that considering times of the year and stuff always changes. Oh, so this is actually Escondido. And Ranchero in this area has also gone big. There's, an Alberto's, there's a bar, there's a couple food places. There's, of course, the Chevron gas station and the Beverage House. The Beverage House is a great, liquor store. They have tons of sodas, tons of drinks, tons of juices, and, of course, alcohol beverages, tons to choose from. But up here, coming up on the right, is going to be Oak Hills High School. Oak Hills High School is a newer high school here. Canyon Ridge is also going to be down Escondido. That is more of like a continuation style school or alternative school, they call it. So this is considered a rural area of Hesperia, because it goes Hesperia, Oak Hills. A lot of these homes here are on propane and wells, so keep that in mind when looking at Oak Hills. A lot of the roads are also dirt, so some are very treacherous. When it rains, you get the canyons in the dirt roads. I call them canyons, but really they're just cracks and stuff. But some are so big and significant that I call them canyons. So a little interesting. So we are almost to the 15 freeway now. Little break. Another area that is coming up is Ranchero and Mariposa, or as they call it, it is pretty amazing how many businesses are going to be coming over here. I will find the list and talk about it. Okay, 15 freeway. The Cajon Pass sits around 3,777 feet in elevation, cutting through the San Bernardino and San Gabriel Mountains. It's where the Interstate 15, the old Route 66, and the San Andreas Fault all come together. This is one of the busiest and most crucial transportation corridors in the entire state. The I-15 freeway stretches over 1,400 miles from Mexico all the way to the Canadian border. It's a lifeline connecting San Diego, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, and beyond. And running just below us, over 150 trains per day travel this same route, including the BNSF and the Union Pacific Railroads. Cajon actually means box in Spanish, a nod to its narrow, boxed-in terrain. But long before freeways and cars, native tribes like the Serrano and Mojave used these trails for trade. In the mid-1800s, Mormon settlers built a wagon road through here, and by the 1900s, Route 66 rolled right through this pass, connecting travelers from Chicago to Santa Monica, California. So I know a lot of the high desert people think that it's all the people moving from down the hill and moving up here that causes the traffic. But let's be real, it is so much more. It's the bridge between the coast and the desert and all the way up to Canada. This road also goes to the I-40, which is a well-traveled freeway, and the I-10, which is a very well-traveled freeway. You can get to many other states by taking those other two highways, and the I-15 will get you to both of those. So just keep in mind that it's not only the locals that use it, it is also the travelers visiting. The Cajon Pass isn't just beautiful, it's notoriously dangerous. With steep climbs, unpredictable winds, and heavy truck traffic, this stretch of the I-15 has made national lists for being one of the most dangerous highways in America. Local drivers, you know, we respect the Cajon Pass. So through here, it's always slow. I don't know why. The 138 that will take you back to the desert, Silverwood, Crestline, Wrightwood, Highway 2, Palmdale, Lancaster, that way. Such easy flow, right? Usually I'm always stopped to go. There's just less people on the road. Let's not forget, we're pulling a trailer. And there are more than 2 lanes on the highway. You only use the 2 lane. Do not use the 3rd lane. Or so white cars lane 1, truck in front of me lane 2, 3 and 4. They are only supposed to use 3rd and 4th, not 1 and 2, and they do. And it's so annoying. Because that is what causes a lot of this traffic. Is people that just don't know how to follow the rules. They're all rules to driving, known as laws, They are not in place to fill and power over us. They are in place for reasons. Let's remember that. I am eating some wasabi for nuts, and they are so good. So good. When you are in fog, and that's one of the worst things you can do because it blinds people behind you and in front of you. So remember, do not use your flashes because we can see your brake lights and headlights already. So what you need to do is, if you want to travel slow, move over to the slow lanes. Do not travel slower in the fast lane. So whether you're commuting from the high desert, you're heading to Vegas, you're heading to Canada, or even down the hill to the beach cities, or you just love a road trip, the Cajon Pass is the road that will get you to and from. I hope you enjoyed this ride with me. If you are thinking about moving to or from the Riverside counties or San Bernardino counties, or even just curious about what life out here looks like, I would love to help. All my info will be in the description. Until next time, be kind, be safe, and keep driving forward.